Good morning, guys. This is Miguel from Nazgul Renegade, and today I have a different video about installing my new winch. This is a replacement to the Ironman 4x4. Well, it's an Ironman winch from Ironman 4x4 America, and it's a really good winch. Actually, I love it. It's pretty strong. It reels the rope pretty fast. It's a lot of people have liked it when I have used it. The issue I had is it started failing in some parts, and I think it just quit working, and I couldn't figure out what was going on until I reached out to the guys, and I mentioned my concerns. It was at some points it was working fine, and then it will not work fine, and we thought that it would be just a controller box, and the guy has actually ended up sending me a replacement controller. And I gotta tell you this, the guys from Ironman have been great. The customer service has been really awesome, one of the best I have actually experienced myself. Especially, I don't know if I'll be murdering his name, Bubba, Vuvva, Bubba. He was awesome. He sent me this controller box. It's a brand new controller box with the remote, and I tried these on my original winch, and it will not work. It was like it will work, and then sometimes it will not, and we just I thought it was a winch, the actual, because at one point I just bypassed the whole winch and it was working, and but then when I connected the controller box, it will be failing. So yeah, they sent me the brand new controller box, and I got just the little bolts and things to put it together. But recently, once I connected this to the new winch, it wouldn't work. So I reached out to them again. I told them, hey, it's not working, and then they just sent me a new winch, which you guys can see right here. It's the same winch. It comes with this pad to help the the rope in case it breaks apart. It has the hose to drain, ground, pretty much everything you need for the winch. And that's the actual winch and a new controller box. So it's a full new winch, okay? And like I said, I cannot thank the guys from their Ironman 4x4. It's a really good winch. I liked it, and it fits perfectly on my Renegade, which actually this bumper was made well, it was customized to fit this winch because I already had it. So today I'll be installing it, and oops, don't fall down. And then I hope you guys this video finds it useful for you. And if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Again, I love this winch, and I can't wait to install it again and be back at the trails. So kind of ready. So we're gonna be taking all these again. So I gotta remove this bolt right here, and this will drop down, and then I'll have full access to the winch. This is where it mounts. Two of the holes. There is another two on the very back. You cannot see them very well. And then obviously running the wires to the battery up front. So let's get into it. Okay, now we got this. Gonna come down, drips out, and then like I said, I have full access here. Gotta disconnect this light, get some room. So you can see right here under, I have these two holes right here, and then I have two more here, those two, and that's where the winch mounts to it. You can see all the radiator, all the it's actually, if I don't have the winch, it will take a lot of it doesn't block anything. Look, this is wide open, but the winch takes some of the space, kind of like this, and it leaves most of it exposed. I haven't had issues heating with this bumper yet, so I haven't really tested it, but I think it has a lot of air, because this one is gonna go somewhere like right here. So I have a good chunk of the air radiator still cooling down, plus up there I opened that, but that doesn't really affect the motor radiator. But you know, my transmission cooler doesn't have affected. And this gap here is pretty much the same as the stock one, I think, because if I don't have this bumper, there's like a little tiny gap from here that goes like right here with the stock plastic bumper. So you know, it's not much of a big difference. So I think this one is actually a lot of airflow. So I can't wait to test it, really test it, because I haven't really done anything serious with it. So we'll see. Pretty much the same as the other one. See, that's the lever, controller, ground. Then you got power, and then the other two, the yellow one, black one. So I said this is very easy to install, guys. So this is color coded, so you really can go wrong. So you can see this black, red, black, but these two black ones have different caps. So this black one goes actually on the back of the winch. See, no, never mind. This one goes here, right there. It's the short one. The long black one goes to the battery, and this one connects to the to here, right here. And then this red one goes to this red one, the short, and the long red goes to the battery. That's it. And then obviously you got your remote controller, goes to the front right here, plugs right here, and then you just move your lever, you know, to engage or disengage, and you're good to go. Like I said, it's really good. It's easy, it's got a lot of power, and also it's small. I don't know if you can see or if you can actually notice that, but it's not as huge as other winches that I have seen. So I think it's great. And the other thing is, you know, I hooked this one upside down, so you can see this opening right here. Even if I close this vent, I'm able to put my hand in and then turn this lever, and then you know, I can use it anytime, and I can access this box and plug in my remote controller. So all right, so I'm gonna start with mounting this guy first. Actually no, I'm gonna start with this because I need to figure out where I'm gonna mount it, because the other one that I had, which is a little bit bigger, it's a different box size. This one is a smaller. I had already pre-cut the holes. You can see those two lights right here. So there's another one over here, but you see this one, and then at the very end there's another one there. So that's where my box mounted before, and it was fine, but now I gotta drill another hole to make this one work. So we'll see where it goes to. Look, a tip I'm gonna do just to make it easier for me, I'm gonna hook the wires and the cables from top of the winch. And what I am going to do is I'm gonna snap a picture so I know how to make a mistake, but I'm pretty familiar with it right now, but you never know. So you can see, put up my phone, take a photo of exactly how the wires are run, or the cables. Keep saying wires, cables, and then that way I'm able to move this one with more freedom in here, and then figure out where I'm gonna put the next bolt hole for, you know, the box to hold it in. I actually just noticed something. This box has a little, come on camera, okay, you can see it's a crack right here in the corner, so I don't see anything else wrong with it. I'm gonna leave it like that, but I have some plastic liquid tape that I will probably run in there along the edge just to seal it better. But that's what I'm just to keep a little bit water out of it, because I do creeks and I do all kinds of water crossings. So unfortunately, last time my actual box didn't have any water inside. I opened it after I got the new box, and I actually found out that it was pretty dry. So I just saw dust inside, but nothing, no water or any kind of a sign that I have water in it. So that was good, even though they did tell me that these are not waterproof. Okay, so if you're planning on running one of these, you try to put it somewhere where it's less likely to get it wet. So this is my height on my Renegade, so this is as high as I can go with my winch. But the box, I was gonna put it here, but like I said, I'm gonna put some kind of a clear not clear, liquid tape, electricians or electricity, whatever you call those, liquid tapes, and then once it dries, it's sealed. I have used that on my boxes whenever I run. When I was doing my rack up there, if I use that for covering, whenever, for example, I drill something like this and I spray it with that liquid tape, it keeps the rust away. So it doesn't rust, the water doesn't get in it, and it doesn't start rusting, and it lasts actually for a long time. And if you want to just redo it, you can just sand or scrape it off and put it again, and it will last you a while unless you mess with it. Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'm using one of the pre-drilled holes, and I'm just gonna kind of like hold it there so I can start my bit right where the other, right at the bottom of that little ear thing, hole opening, whatever you call it. Right here. So I'm gonna make the hole right here, put it right against it, and then so it has possibly the top one actually, probably the top one. So I'm gonna drill there, and then it's gonna come out somewhere right here, and so it's the bottom one right here, and then the top one will be somewhere here, and that'll hold it in place. It's just to hold that box in there with bolts. Should be pretty steady. So let's see if I can secure this camera. This one out of the way. Alright, so we have a brand new hole, and then see what it looks like on the other side. I just gotta clean that up. So now let's make the test right here. And once I tighten it up, it's not gonna go anywhere. And like I say, this goes right here. I can reach from here and grab and connect the cable right here. I wanted to put it here so there is enough room for the cables to come out of here to turn and go wherever they need to go. So I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna try to make it as tight, water seal tight as I can. I know, like I said, they said it's not waterproof, so I don't have, I have room here, but I just don't want to add more, because this thing, gets pretty hot, and I'd rather have it down there than up here. So we'll see how it works. I mean, it lasted for a while, so I don't know. I really don't know what happened, because I didn't see any water damage on it. It could have been just a, you know, regular malfunction or something, just worn out and failed. But it was working fine. I mean, I used it for for a few times, and it worked fine. I was able to actually pull a Wrangler out of a it was sitting on its belly with no tires on the ground, barely touching the ground. I was able to pull it out. So I really like the winch. I think it's pretty good winch. So let's see the next part. So I'm gonna put the wires back on it, the cables. I'm gonna connect the cables back on, and then mount this one, and have the because I gotta mount this one before I pull it up, because this thing is gonna be upside down, so you can see where the bolts go in. This is close. This part is close to the bottom of the winch right here. So it's hard. I have done it, I can do it, but it's hard, and if I can do it before I mounted it, it's better. So we'll see. We'll do the next thing. So let's get the cables mounted on the controller box now. Yellow cap, and there it is. So yeah, see, this don't sit all the way, it just sits in there, you know. I wish the last one that I had, I think it was better with water. It had different seals. I don't know why this one is not. Actually, I'll show you what I mean. I kept it. You see this one? This is watertight, and that's why water didn't get. I broke it later, but this is, you know, water never made it inside here. It started getting all dusty and dirty when I was. See, that's just dust. But there's no rust, nothing on it. So yeah, I like this box better. I think I'm ready to mount this winch. So to make it easier for me, I am going to remove this part, the whole skid plate. So I have to do this bolt right here, this two, and then on the other side I have the same, and then I should be able to get this part out, and then bring my jack right here and lift up the winch, and then mount it, and that should take care of it. So. Okay guys, now you can see everything is wide open. I'm able to bring in my jack, and I'm gonna bring it in here and lift the winch up, and then I should be able to mount it now. Alright, so next I'm gonna have to add, I gotta add this one, and also the controller box ground. So this guy connects, hold on, I got too much crap here. So these two together, the one that goes to the battery and this one, are mounted on the other side of this, which is all the way back. But fortunately, I probably can't see it there, that bolt right there, that's where I have to go. So fortunately, I actually can get my hand in there pretty easy, so it's not too bad. See, so I can actually get it right now. I'm getting the nut, so I just need to add that with my hands. This has been my savior. I bought this little set of short wrenches for tight spaces, and I think I'm gonna need this one. Not that one, this guy, half, yeah. So you can see you need a 1/2 inch
for this, and this one allows me to go all the way in there. So hopefully you can see a little bit, but I don't expect you to because it's kind of tight. So I have to basically run my hand in there with the wire and then grab this one and then slide it into, and you kind of have to just know your way around it, otherwise you can't see anything. So you gotta be just patient with it. Okay, I got that one. Now we're going for this, and this is the tricky one because once you add the two wires, the two cables, I keep saying wires, the same thing almost, just the amount of wires in it makes it a cable, I guess. So one single wire is a wire, two wires or more is a cable. I think that's what it is. So like I said, this is the tricky part. Putting that nut into that stud, it's tricky. And it takes time. I could have done it before, but because it adds so much stress to the wires or the cables when I'm moving the box or the winch, and when I'm pushing them up the bumper, I just rather deal with this than having a damage. So right now I got it in. All I gotta do is add this guy, and so I'm just gonna use a little ratchet wrench. And that's it. So the next thing is to lift this guy and put it where it was. So what we do is we're gonna do the top one first. Okay, and then little nut goes on the. I will just gonna put it in there so it doesn't come loose, and then I will tighten it up. Okay, so you can see right there, it's the first one. So next one is on the bottom. If I can get it without knocking the camera down. It's been having this floor mat or this packaging mat on the floor makes me move things easily. Okay. All right. See right here? And then use a 10-inch socket. Oop, too long. Actually, I can't even get the socket there, so I'm gonna have to use a wrench. I'll use a 10mm. Okay, remember, this is not super tight, they just have to be tight enough. Actually, and then this is what happens on this side. So this, I'm just tightening this screw right here. You can see it, I guess, right there, right there. Okay, so I'm just going on this one while I'm holding the nut inside. Just tight enough, and that's it. Okay, so this will be protected from any impact. It's on the steel, and then I have my skid plate here, and then my other little net looking fender skid plate thing. So now I just gotta connect the wires, cables. Now this one is secured, it's not going anywhere. Now I have to hook up the 3 wires that go here, the 3 cables. And like I said, this is pretty easy. So you got coded colors. So you got the black one, this goes in the black right there, I think, yeah. And then the yellow one right here, black one right here, and then the red one goes right there. And then I have my extra 2 that go to the battery. These 2 I'll be hooking up the last. So let's do this. All right, the first thing I think is we'll do the red one at the end. We'll do the black one first, so it's out of the way. Okay, so okay, it's tight. Okay, now you can see all 3 are mounted, color coded. That's pretty much it with the winch right now, other than these 2, which I'll do the end. Next I need to pull the rope out of it. I can find it, it's right here. Yeah, so I need to just get it out of the way. Okay, and then I just need to go through here. And now this time I'm not gonna use the hook that they sent with it. I don't know where I left it, but I'm using the Harbor Freight because I like it. It's a little bit beefier. I think it'll be stronger. So yeah, let's do that now. We'll actually see it hooked, engage. It's not engaged right now. Okay, so now I'm gonna hook up the power and test it. So these wires, cables, keep saying wires, they're wires for me, so okay, so these things are gonna run through here somewhere. Let's see, through the back. So I gotta figure out where I want to run them, but they basically run up all the way through that where the light is, all the way up to the battery. And then I gotta wire tie them somewhere, zip tie them somewhere, so they're not just hanging loose. See, they come straight from the bumper, and I don't see them other than right there. But it's an open winch, you know, it's a stubby, so it's not gonna cover everything. Okay, so now just gotta connect these guys. Like here. So I think see, right there. So that's great. I'll do that then. Turn around. tight enough so it doesn't come loose. All right, so now we put the cover. That's taken care of. Now I don't have to worry about shorting out something. So all I do now is get my ground, which is a lot of ground, and then it's a lot of wire here. Okay, now that one, and then goes this one, so it doesn't keep turning, and then we use this one, but I'm gonna use the big one first, and then the little one. Slide them in all the way, and then I put my nut back in. So I can do as much as I can with my finger so I don't over tighten or actually cross thread it. But then now gotta tighten it with my little socket wrench. Okay, so I think I got it. This is still secure. Okay. You can see now I have a lot of wires. I have too many lights, but that's how I have my winch. You can see it's just wrap around and there's nothing fancy for now. Planning on cleaning up this sometime in the summer when I got time, but I just been busy with work. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Life just gets on the way. Sometimes work gets on the way of getting things done. So all right, so now when it's done, I'm just gonna double test it again. I'm gonna leave manual and then engage, plugged in. That's working. Now the next thing to do is I'm gonna tighten up this and get my new hook here, which, like I said, I'm gonna use a different brand this time. So I'll show you the difference. Now I have used this hook before, okay? I have used it before to tow or pull somebody, and it worked fine. I didn't have issues. The only thing I don't like is, you see that little bolt here? To me, it looks very flimsy, or it's very small. Okay, so the one I'm gonna use is from Harbor Freight, and just look at the difference. Let me pull it out of the box so you can see what I'm saying. You see a difference? This is what these two things, the pins. I feel more comfortable with this one than using this one. And like I said, this one worked fine. I didn't have issues. This is just a personal preference that I'd rather use this. Plus, it's easier to install. This one is a little, you gotta heat it and get it out of there. And it's a little more tedious than just pull a pin and then sliding this one out. So, so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm gonna use a piece of pliers. Get this pin out. Slide this baby out. See how easy? And then this guy, we're gonna use him like this, and then drive this pin back in. and that should not come loose. Now too high, right there. That way doesn't block the light. But I feel more comfortable with this. Like I said, it's just a preference, personal preference. I think this will take care of it. So now, okay, next thing I need to add before I finish up the project is add my breather hose to the winch. So this thing connects to the winch right here, right there. So it's very simple, and it's a pretty long hose. So I am not gonna cut it because I think I'm just gonna leave it as it is in case there isn't a specific requirement on the length, because I know, well, I did some research and I know that if it's too short it can affect the winch on how much air it brings in compared to a long hose. If it's too long, it might affect it the other way. So I think that's what I read. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and I'm just gonna connect it. Simple. And I am gonna use a zip tie just to hold it so it doesn't come off. But that's really it. You know, just bring it in as close as you can to the see, it's all the way in. Now what I'm thinking is maybe I need to keep this one away from the water in case I hit water. So maybe I should hire somewhere in the engine bay. Zip tie somewhere, so I'll probably secure it here with the other guys out of the way, right there. See, this is not heavy, so I'm not concerned about where or how much weight it's gonna add because it's really light. I just want to make sure it's out of the way so nothing is, you know, this one I don't want it to be loose and hitting a fan or band. One of those. So I am going to put all those wires together like this. It's out of the way. See? There's nothing that can hurt the hose right now. Right there. So see? So that's how I have it run. So it's a lot of wires and cables and electrical wires that I added to the lights and winch and fans and all kinds of things that I have on this Jeep. So it works fine. I just haven't had the time to clean up and make it look prettier. But this is a daily off-road, you know, driving rig. So I really don't want it to be like all pretty because then I'm gonna spend too much time cleaning it up, and that's not what I want. So and that's it. That takes care of the breather hose, so it's good to go. That's basically all the installation with the winch. It's ready to go. I can use it. I'm just gonna finish up putting my skid plate under it, and I'm good to go. Well, guys, thank you for watching. And if you decide to get a winch like mine,
and you have questions, please reach out to me. I could answer some, but definitely reach out to the guys from Ironman 4x4 because they have been great with the customer service, and I highly recommend it. So you know, it's a good product if you want to get a winch. Like I said, I highly recommend them, and they're not very expensive. I think mine cost about $7.99 or $6.99, and it's a little bit more expensive than the Harbor Freight Badlands, which is, I've seen they have really good reviews. I'm planning possibly installing that one on that guy right there, the Wrangler, but until I have the Renegade, you know, as long as I have the Renegade, I probably won't do it. Like I said, just, you know, reach out if you have any questions, please. Thank you for watching the video, like and subscribe, and if you have any recommendations or any questions about anything related to my Renegade, don't hesitate, shoot me a message or leave me a comment on the videos. And you can also follow me on Instagram by the same name, Nazgul Renegade, so you can also follow a lot of my adventures with Nazgul. Okay, have a good day, see you in the next one.